Today we're doing a quick run through of how to use AutoCAD. I'm running AutoCAD for Mac right now, but you can use it for PC. First of all, to navigate in AutoCAD, you can use the middle mouse to pan, which is move the screen around, the mouse wheel to zoom in and out, and alternatively, you could use space to pan around the screen. So we have a template for a house. Type in REC to draw a rectangle. Click on the first upper left-hand corner and then the bottom right-hand corner, and you can create a rectangle. To select in AutoCAD, left-click the first point, then choose the second point. Anything inside of this box can be selected. Pro tip, if you click from the top left to the bottom right and make a rectangle that way, it selects differently than if you click from the top right to the bottom left. So in this example, I clicked from the top right to the bottom left, made a rectangle that way. It pretty much selected anything that intersected with the box. So to recap, you can just select in CAD by left-clicking the first point, and then clicking the second point, and making a rectangle. And anything that rectangle touches, or the object is inside of that rectangle, then it selects in AutoCAD. We're going to use this as the basis for our house. So right now we're in model space. When you open up AutoCAD, you can start drawing in here. You can tell because the background is dark. We have a site plan drawn already, so what I did was move the rectangle towards the back of this site plan, which is the backyard. You use the Move tool by pressing or typing M and clicking whatever objects you want to move. Now I drew another rectangle, and in this part I added like a kind of jogged back part of this house, and I used the Trim tool to trim it using TR for trim. This part is offsetting the walls to create a wall thickness. Type in offset, OFF, and it should come up. And there's a part of the wall that was missing, so I used the line tool. Type in L, and you can click. Now we're going to copy and paste the door from the template. So I use the copy command. You can type in CO or type in copy. Select your objects and drag, or pretty much place where you want to put the copied object to. So in this case, I copied the door. Now I have another door that I want to make, but it's in the wrong position, so I rotate it using RO for rotate. And again, when I move that rotated door over to the wall, I can use the Trim tool because there's walls that are intersecting with that door and I want an opening. Next, I want to hatch the walls, so I type in hatch at HA, and I choose the inner parts of the walls that I want hatched. You can change the hatch settings, which also pop up when you click on the walls to hatch. In this case, the scale of the wall, the hatch was wrong for the wall, so I changed it from 50 to 10, and it made it more dense. In this part, I'm drawing interior walls, so I'm using the line tool again, type in L, and in this case, I'm just literally drawing a wall instead of using the rectangle tool, and then I hatch it using hatch, HA, again, by clicking the interior point of that wall. Next, I need some of the leaders, so these are the notes that go onto the building. They're called multi-leaders, or in this case, I've made this already using a text tool. So you can see that those are just words. You can use that as a template. So if you double click it, you can edit the pretty much M text that is shown. So M text means you can have multiple lines of text. Right now I'm labeling where the entry is. At the right of this, I think the box is too big, so I resize it. So you can just click and drag the corner to resize this. And again, use the Move tool, M, click the object and then place it after you type in M. So I'm using this to label the different parts of the building. So I'm getting it ready by copying it. So typing CO, choosing that text and that says entry, and placing it to the different rooms. Double click it to edit. So I said bath for the bathroom, bedroom, kitchen, and dining/living room. So we've made these labels. You can, again, drag them around if you need to change the sizes or the locations of the room. I did the rectangle tool, rec, R-E-C. I'm making like a little bed. So you can get these sizes of beds from the internet, like IKEA. You can research the size of a queen or king or a single size bed. And I selected it by hovering over the objects and using the move tool again. I'm making another wall, type in rec. In this case, this is like the stoves and sink area for the kitchen. So I'm eyeballing it, but you can also get the actual dimensions of a kitchen stove, refrigerator, sink. You can edit the size of the rectangle by highlighting it and selecting the end of it. You can stretch it in that way. So I'm completing the sink or back area of the kitchen. Use the circle tool, type in CIR to make a circle, just like a rectangle. There's the basic shapes. If you ever want to get out of the tool, tap escape as a general rule of thumb. So here I'm going to add more details to this bathroom. So I type in rectangle, type line, and this is a shower area, which is shown as the floor, like the pan of the shower, and you make an X to show the whole bounds. We're adding a sink, so a basic sink is a rectangle, a circle in the rectangle, and then we have a water closet or toilet, and that's again just a circle and a rectangle, and I think I even move it a bit so it looks more realistic. But you can also find these shapes then in other templates. I use the trim tool to make the water closet a bit more realistic, and I'm closing off the other side of this bathroom wall using rectangle tool. Okay, so these line tools, those lines show that there is an opening to that bathroom. That could be a kind of door. It's not hatched, so that means it's not a solid wall. Next, I'm adding some more detail to the dining/living room, such as couches and TVs. So this is a dining table. Again, you can get the actual dimensions of a dining table online. You can just Google dining table IKEA or some other kind of furniture website. That's just a basic dining table next to the kitchen. And then I'm making the sofas by freehanding the details of a sofa using the rectangle tool. Again, I use rotate, so I type RO, and then I select the object, and it'll prompt you to how you want to rotate it. I'm using copy and move tools, and again, rotate tool. You specify the rotation angle, and then click where you want to finish rotating it, and then escape if you want to escape out of it. rotating this TV. There are parts of this couch that I don't like, so I changed my mind and I cut it off. I used the trim tool. So now we're adding more elements to this house. This is specifying the entry door size, 3 foot wide by 6 foot 8 inches tall. And I call this the egress door because it's the main door in which you enter and exit the house. It's required by the California Residential Code to have the egress door be 3 feet wide minimum and 6 foot 8 inches tall maximum. I'm adding windows, so I made a rectangle at the window location that I want, and then I trim all of the lines and the hatches, so it's now showing an opening. And I'm editing this text box. It'll be 3 foot wide by 4 feet tall sliding window. I'm copying and pasting that egress door note, and I'm just doing a normal door on the side. So when you enter and exit the living room area, you can go outside through that door. I'm adding more detail. So this is going to be electrical panel. So on the outside of the house, the electrical panel provides electricity and all the fuses. So I'm using this multi-leader, so this note is now copied and pasted. The special thing about this is that there's an arrow pointing towards the object, and you can type in your description and change the length of the arrow, the location of the arrow. And now I copy and paste the object, and I'm labeling the water heater. So the electrical panel and water heater are required for the house. The water heater provides hot water to the home, like for showers. And this is a tankless water heater, meaning it's located outside, and you can place it on the exterior wall. Parentheses N means new. You could leave it because it's saying that it's a new electrical panel, but it's also a new house, so I just took it out because it would be redundant. So there you have it. This is the layout for a house. We covered lines using the line tool, rectangles, circles, trim, move tool, copy tool, and multi-leaders and text.